to show how to use the hiring signal to create dynamic messaging with Jemmy. So first, I built an audience just for the sake of showing an audience with hiring signals. I built a very bare bones audience here. You can see just prospects that we haven't contacted yet. Signals is any companies that are hiring for relevant roles that I care about, and with buyers that are persona matching. So in terms of the hiring signal, the reason that this is valuable, it really means like a few things. So the first thing could be if they're hiring new leadership, that means they have really big strategic initiatives. They're trying to make a lot of changes. Somebody's trying to make a splash, and you want to get in there early. Another reason could be maybe they're hiring some users, so personas that use your product or could typically buy your product. They could need new tools to support growth, or also to support whatever new initiatives that the middle management or their leadership is hiring to accomplish. First things first, in the audience, you will see first we have prioritized the companies based on all of the company signals. And then also, if you open one up, you will see prospects that are prioritized based on the likeliness that they are to convert. So let's take a look really quickly at an example of where we would prioritize the hiring signal within the messaging. On someone like Art, you can see here all of the company signals, all of the reasons to engage with Art. And the first thing that we think is the most important is that the sales team is hiring. So we open with that in the first email. However, depending on how important that signal could be to each prospect, that snippet might live somewhere else within the email cadence that Jemmy builds, just based on what makes sense and what would be the most important thing for the prospect to understand from your email. So I'll show quickly how we generate this by default and then also how you can customize it. So I'm going to hop into Jemmy and into our snippets. So we have a bunch of snippets that are out of the box, but they can also be customized and you can also add new snippets. I just already clicked on the hiring snippet here, and by default, it is set as an opener just for any time a company is hiring for relevant roles that you have defined that you care about. So you can get really granular with this. You can make it not an opener. You can make it more of a closer if it's not necessarily something that you want at the top of an email. You can custom snip it to make sure that it always shows up. So if there's hiring, I always want to mention it. And you can also customize what Jemmy is saying using snippets. You can also get more specific with the filters. So let's say like you only want to mention this if we're hiring in a specific department. You can also do that too, or specifically in different company industries, maybe hiring is a little bit more relevant to your product than just generally overall. So you can get really custom with it. However, we do have something out of the box. So the way that this would get to your reps would be through workflows. So I'm going to hop over into workflows. And you can see here, generally for any type of Gemini audience, we're going to really follow the same steps. So it's going to be first identify the people and the companies with the signals that you care about. We're going to add them then to your CRM, and then we're going to add them into whatever SEP tool that you're using. So in our sense, we're using Outreach. So first you can see here, we generate that AI message, and then we send it to Outreach. In Outreach, I'm going to hop over to Outreach. In Outreach, reps would be able to view these things in their tasks or in any type of report or views that you build them using the Gemmy Chrome extension. So basically, you can see here the custom message that was generated, which is editable and customizable if they want to. And they can also see those same company and person level signals that you can see from the admin view when you're building audiences. So that's an end-to-end workflow about how we would use the hiring signal. But again, we want to make sure that we're combining multiple signals together in outreach, just because that's the best way to create really great messaging.